Hi guys, I'm Niveta. In this video, we are going to see third part in psychology. Okay, so we are going to see on the topic of Gagne's hierarchy of learning. Robert M. Gagne proposed a system of classifying different types of learning in terms of the degree of complexity of the mental process involved. What he is telling is he proposed a system of classifying different types of learning. We can classify the types of learning, okay, on the basis of degree of complexity of the mental process involved. How much of mental process involved in that particular type of learning? According to that, he classified different types of learning. Okay, behavioralist cognitism aspect. Book of Robert Gagne is Conditions of Learning, 1965. Types of learning is 8 types, simple to complex. First thing simple is signal learning, SR learning, then chaining, verbal association, discrimination, concept learning, principle or rule, problem solving. Okay, so the complexity rises. These are all behavioral aspects, which means it may give a copy of one thing, but apart from this four things, it is cognitive aspects, means we have to involve involve our mind to get the answer everything. That is what cognitive aspect is. Okay, let's see one by one. First we are going to see is signal learning. Okay, in signal learning, it's inspired by Pavlov's conditioning learning. In this, individual acquires a conditioned response to a given signal. That's it. So, the individual will be given some signal. According to that, the individual acquires a conditional response. It's like after conditional response like that, acquires used to fix his mind. Okay, this learning is involuntary. Next is stimuli response learning. The individuals makes a response to specific stimuli. The correct response is rewarded. Understood? Stimulus response. According to the stimulus, the individual may respond. Next is chaining. Two or more previously learned stimulus response connections are linked together, which is step by step. Chaining means what? Two or more previously learned stimulus, and according to that, response will be connected. Verbal association means chains that are verbal. A child identifies an object and calls it by its proper name or finds equivalence in Hindi or English of a word. Verbal association. It will verbally associate. Okay, this word connects with this thing. Likewise, it used to associate. Next, multiple discrimination means what? The learner learns to distinguish between motor and verbal chain which he has already acquired. The learner can discriminate multiple things. Okay, then concept learning means common response to a class of stimuli. Learner makes a concept identifying the abstract characteristics like shape and color of the stimuli. Concept learning means it's like understanding the abstract characteristics. That is what concept learning is, like shape and the color of stimuli. What to say, suppose if that particular person is understanding that the color refers to this color, means they will apply that in other things also, right? So that is concept learning. Next, rule learning means the rule which relates to or more concept. Concept 1, temperature. Concept 2, boiling point. Therefore the water will boil at 100 degrees Celsius. Likewise we can involve it. Then problem solving, which is the highest level. Okay, variables or varieties of learning identified by Gagne. What are the variables and varieties of learning identified by Gagne is verbal information skill, intellectual skill, motor skill, cognitive strategies, attitude. These are all variables of learning identified by Gagne. Okay. Then David Asubel and Jerome Bruner theory. Okay. David Asubel focused on meaningful learning. Okay, it's like he believed that understanding concept, principles, ideas can be achieved through deductive reasoning. Okay, meaningful verbal learning theory given by Bruner, which is modern cognitive theory. 4 types of learning are there. Rote learning. Rote learning means simply understanding the facts and principle. Asbel Bed did not support this learning. Meaningful learning is understanding. Retention learning is review, rote way, or understanding and meaningfully. It's like remembering next time also. recovery learning, learning by activity, readily paced learning. Okay. Next, Jerome Bruner gave concept of discovery learning, that students construct their own knowledge for themselves. It's like constructivistic approach. Understood? So discovery learning was given by Bruner. See, Bruner has B, discovery has D. Understand like that. Jerome Bruner has three stages of learning: enactive learning, iconic learning, and I will tell you later. Okay. Enactive learning is 0 to 2 years. Iconic learning is 3 to 12 years. Enactive learning means learning through actions or activities. Iconic learning means learning through visuals, images, summarizing visual and sensory organization. That is what iconic means, learning through visuals, how this object is, how the shape of the object is. Likewise comes under iconic learning. Symbolic learning means learning through symbols. Like in higher classes only we used to study language, number, logic and all. No, that is 12 years above comes for symbolic learning. Here, scaffolding and spiral curriculum was given by Jerome Bruner. Spiral curriculum refers to from simple to complex. Okay, so after knowing this thing only, we can able to study this thing. That is what spiral curriculum refers to.